Western Africa and European imperialism. Before Europe invaded Western Africa during the late 1800s, there were two major empires. The first was the Ghana Empire, which was in power from 8300 to 1240. After that empire was the Mali Empire, which was in power from 1240 to 1591. When the Mali Empire fell, it left the country of Mali to be just small towns and villages. Later, from 1450 to 1750, there was little interaction between Europe and Africa. The only interaction that did occur was between trade and small colonies being developed in Africa, like the one in Algeria, which was controlled by the French. The trade throughout this time was strictly coastal and only traded goods such as ivory, gold, and palm oil, which was used to make soap. Also, slaves were traded. Gradually, the Europeans became more and more interested in Africa and soon wanted to develop more and more colonies throughout it. During the Berlin Conference, the European powers began to divide up African land for each country. In Western Africa, the main European powers were France, in control of Algeria, Senegal, Sudan, Ivory Coast, and Dahomey; Britain, controlling Nigeria, Gold Coast, and Sierra Leone; Spain, dominating Rio de Oro and Spanish Morocco; and Portugal, having control of Liberia. Overall, France had the most dominance over Western Africa. Throughout the colonization of Africa, there were many important leaders. In Senegal, a French governor named General Boué Williamé captured the port of St. Louis, which then led to only private French companies being able to trade with Senegal. Also, in Sudan, Governor Briere de Lisle constructed a railroad to Niger, which then created a military government of Haut Senegal et Niger, which literally means Upper Senegal and Niger. Also, in Sudan, there was a French governor named Louis Faidherbe, who set up many French forts along the lower Senegal River and all the way into Medina. However, there were some African groups that did attempt to rebel. One group was led by Samori Toure, who was the leader of the last major anti-French resistance in western Sudan. However, his attempts did not amount to the military power of France. Each European country had its own motives for imperialism or colonization. Perhaps the most different motives for colonization were that of Britain and France. Britain wanted to colonize in order to have a safe passage to India, their crown jewel, and also wanted the economic profit. On the other hand, France wanted to promote the idea of an empire by using soldiers, merchants, and other geographic societies. Also, they wanted to enhance the French economy. After the colonization was complete, each European country benefited economically through the many raw materials gained from each colony. However, this created more rivalry and competition between each European power. Africa also benefited economically, socially, and politically after imperialism and colonization, but suffered as well. Politically, Western Africa was introduced to the Western ideas such as democracy, and also set up an efficient system of administration. But it led to the rise of slavery. Economically, there was a development of industries due to the many railroads and banking houses built, but the local industries became less successful. Socially, Western Africa developed a more Christian religion, leaving behind their old beliefs and gaining many social services from Christian missionaries such as hospitals. However, Western Africa suffered socially from racial segregation and laws against locals due to the belief that white people are superior to black people. Today, however, this rise of imperialism in Western Africa is not viewed as negatively due to the unity it provided for each country. Also, countries like Senegal and Côte d'Ivoire still speak French after imperialism. In conclusion, Western Africa learned the lesson that giving up their economic benefits, such as raw materials, could lead to giving up more social aspects if precautions are not taken.